Chris. I want to say if anybody is interested in doing a pitch, please go ahead and click on the share audio and video link so that we can bring you up on the stage to pitch. Okay. Oh, good. We have a decent audience. Thank you, everyone, for waking up in the morning. It's early for a lot of us, or especially early in pandemic days when we've all gotten used to sleeping in a bit. So this morning's session is the project pitches. I'm gonna reshare my slides a little bit just to give you guys a couple ideas before you go into the project pitch about what you might want to do. Oh yay, Chris is here. Okay. Share. Oh, this is gonna be a little trippy for a second. Give it a second. Projects. Actually, I'll give you a little bit of everything. So I wanted to remind you that while we're on the Hopin platform now, as we go into projects, so this is where we're going to do our project pitches. But feel free. There's a link to the Discord. The Discord will be our main area for discussion as the hacking is going forward. So please join our Discord if you're interested in joining the hacking. And if you're interested in sharing your hack project with the BrainHack global community, I really recommend that you also join the Mattermost platform because it is our connection to the global BrainHack community, so the BrainHack community outside of Toronto. Okay. I also want to give a shout out to tool demos that are going to be starting, I believe, at 11 this morning. And some of the people in this audience have been very nice to give us tool demos, or if you're interested in giving an on-conference talk around, we're going to do the on-conference session around 4 p.m. So before our project wrap up, please do contact me about that. A shout out to remember to stop hacking at 4 p.m. today because Norm Farb is going to lead us in a wonderful session on mindfulness meditation. And remember tomorrow, feel free to put down your hacking spirit and join us at 11 a.m. for our career panel, which I hope will be really informative because it's been really interesting to see a lot of the BrainHack community actually move on to different places in their careers throughout this session and to see, and we're asking for some of them to come back and give us some advice. Among Us was amazing last night, but also remember we are meeting in person tonight at the distillery in the distillery district for the Winter Village Festival. Okay, a couple of notes about projects. A project can be anything you want it to be. So this is a very open collaborative hack. So some of the project pitches will be like larger collaborative projects, and some of them will be just ideas. You can hack on your own thesis or something else, or just try to get advice. We do recommend as you're project pitching, you can put your project on the BrainHack Global Project Board, and that way you can share your project with the rest of the world. And a couple bits of advice for this morning as you're going into your project pitch. We'll bring you up on the stage to do your project pitch. You can tell us whatever you want to know about your project. The floor is yours. This session is being recorded, which is great. So people who sleep in will be able to still learn about your project. We do recommend after you do a project pitch to build either a Discord channel or a Mattermost channel dedicated to your project. We can help you do that. And then think about how you're going to use this hack time and use the people who attended this, or not use the people who attended this hack, and collaborate with the people who attended this hack. One very simple way is actually to build a project brainstorming or just discussion meeting into the hack time. So we very much recommend that you think about using a little bit of the hack schedule to build like some discussion and meeting times around your project into either our Discord server, or you can use this Hopin server and create your own session for that. And yes. And we want to, if you want more help with your Git or GitHub skills throughout this project, one very simple project for people who don't know what to do is actually to take a little bit of time to go through some of the tutorials that were given yesterday a little bit more slowly and try to really internalize and do some of the exercises. Okay. With that, I'm going to invite somebody else. Oh, stop sharing. And invite Chris. Are you the DICOM to NIX, Chris? I believe you're muted. Okay. It looks like Jerry will join us on stage, but he needs a little bit of a moment. I wanted to say we can also move this whole group into a Discord lounge, and we can come back to this space if you want to record your project pitch for posterity, but you haven't completely fleshed it out yet. Oh, great. Cool. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we did want to say, for everyone in this room, BrainHack Global is global. So like, welcome from DC. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Oh, Johan, yes. So Johan, to get on stage, there's a button that says share audio and video. If you do that, then you'll show up. I can invite you on stage. And actually, while we're... Ooh, oh, nice. Ooh. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna... Wait, I think we're gonna leave this stage first, just for a second. We're gonna kick ourselves off the stage. 1 second, and that'll mean that we can make Johan's project pitch like a little bit of a Awesome. Welcome back, Johan.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's been a while.
Awesome. Yeah, It has been a while. COVID and all, Should I share my screen, I guess?
Yes, you can.
Perfect. You should be able to see the screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, just let me know when I'm ready to go.
I think we should be good. I think by leaving the stage and coming back, we like kind of restarted the video feed, which means hopefully this will be like a small packet we can point people to. That'd be great.
All right, so I guess I'll start the pitch then.
Cool.
So I guess this pitch is a bit different from your typical BrainHack project. What I'm pitching is not a tool to analyze data or some new method. It's more just a way for us scientists to better connect with the public. And this was really motivated by me kind of browsing Reddit and like distracting myself from science. And, you try to get away from science and you see more science. And one thing I've noticed is that there's often a lot of posts by the public that in which like there's a lot of misconceptions. So just looking at a science forum, so the science subreddit, for example, I've stumbled across a bunch of posts that outline misconceptions around p-values or misconceptions around what brain imaging gives you, or just general questions about, what brain imaging in this context is, or how research that we scientists publish can be useful. And so I figure with such a big audience, being able to address these questions, it's really an opportunity. And so the idea that I had was to really just have a live feed of active and relevant discussions, which in our case would be around brain imaging. So it's a really simple idea. Basically, just use the Reddit API to scan for new posts, classify them if they're relevant or active. So that could be done through keywords or by taking the link and seeing if it points to a neuroscience or a brain imaging paper using, say, the Crossref API, and then storing that in a database, which you could then feed to different scientists. So as a side note, I've sort of also brought this up with the OHBM, so that's the Organization for Human Brain Mapping Communications Committee, and they're a bit excited about it too. So I'm hoping that this can gain a bit of traction and we can get something going. I haven't submitted an official BrainHack project yet, but I'll do that in like the next hour or so. So yeah, super simple. Happy to take any questions.
Very cool. It's a very cool idea, and I think actually it really does fit in with some of the other, especially global BrainHack projects that you see kind of ideas like this coming out of things like BrainHack, or ideas like this being pitched in BrainHack, and they always become actually really interested to the BrainHack community, and they usually grow into something that you never expected that becomes quite large. So yeah, I think it's a very cool idea. I guess my main question is for where you could get help on this API. Like, do you want to start a discussion about it, or do you want to? Are there certain types of coding skills that people would need to come help you with this project?
Yeah, I guess there's a whole bunch of ways that people can contribute, regardless of their experience or their background. I mean, there are multiple facets to this, right? So there's the API, which I'm familiar with the Python version, and that's relatively simple to use. So that's the first step, is sort of like taking your comments and kind of mining it and passing it through this classification. So there are some, I guess, classification steps involved where that's another part where people can get involved. And then so the idea, at least in my head that I have, and this is all kind of tentative, is to store it in a database. And from here, based on people's interests, they'll be pushed to different places like a web application or mobile application. And so if there are people who are interested in user experience, UI design, that's a place where it would be helpful to have some help. And again, overall, like this whole flowchart of how data will be passed is also kind of, I mean, it's not set in stone. So if you have a, there are people who want to contribute to the overall idea of how this data is filtered and parsed and sort of basically how the project is structured, like that is also something that I would really like help with. I do have some like basic code up on how to get started with the APIs. So that's on my GitHub. But the project is very early in development.
So I guess one question is, would you be willing to maybe come back at 11 and talk a little bit about the tools that you have in your the information you figured out about the APIs?
Sure. Yeah, happy to do that. And I think I'll create a Discord channel. Can I create a channel, or does that have to be a server admin?
I believe you can. If you cannot, we will definitely create one right now for
Okay,
you.
perfect.
Awesome. Well, let's see. Do we have any? Let's see. I think that was pretty cool. Also, do we want to set? So I asked you to come back at 11 to discuss the APIs a little bit for anyone who might be interested in that, getting in on the project. Do you want to also set up a project meeting time or something? I guess you can coordinate within that Discord server.
Sure. Yeah, I think that might be easiest. Yeah.
Cool. I guess with that, we might leave the stage, and that will hopefully make this video into a small packet that we can send out. And then we'll see if I know Jerry has another project if he's ready to join soon. Oh yay! Okay. So Jerry, I'm going to leave the stage and then click on the share audio and video button.